Helena, a 20-year-old woman, has spent almost her entire existence aboard a spacecraft called Orbiter 9. Earth's crisis, overpopulation, environmental collapse, and toxicity drove scientists to send her on a mission to the potentially livable planet, Celeste. The journey was estimated to take over 20 years. As an infant, Helena was placed aboard the ship by her parents, who raised her there. 3 years ago, a critical malfunction caused the Orbiter 9's oxygen supply to dangerously drop. Faced with the decision of survival, Helena's parents sacrificed themselves, leaving her with enough air to make it to a space outpost. Helena has been alone since. Her daily life revolves around nurturing her garden, maintaining her fitness, and replaying memories of her parents. Yet, the oxygen levels are running out, and she's beginning to feel the strain. One day, alarms shatter the silence aboard the ship. An unprecedented event. Helena rushes to the control room, discovering a shuttle has docked. To her amazement, it's an engineer, Alex, arriving to fix the oxygen issue after receiving her distress signal. It's Helena's first contact with another person in years. She can't stop staring, fascinated by this stranger near her age, a stark contrast to the isolation she's known. During his repairs, Alex remains distant, brushing off Helena's many questions over dinner. He's intent on completing his task and leaving, his coldness masking deeper intentions. But that night, Helena approaches him, overwhelmed by emotions. Having lived alone for so long, she expresses her fears of solitude, and they end up sharing an intimate moment. The next morning, Alex leaves quietly, without so much as a proper goodbye. After exiting, he walks through an underground corridor before emerging in a forest. The unsettling truth comes to light. Helena isn't in space after all. She's part of an elaborate Earthbound simulation called Project Orbiter, designed to prepare humans for interstellar travel. Alex enters a secret facility surrounded by other orbiters and meets with Hugo, the head of the project. Hugo explains that Helena is one of 10 subjects crucial to humanity's future as they simulate long-term space travel. The real mission to Celeste is still 2 decades away, but Alex is increasingly troubled by the ethics of their work. His guilt stems from his past. He was the chief engineer in the ill-fated Celeste launch 5 years ago, which killed over 200 people when the spaceship malfunctioned. Alex confides his growing concerns to his therapist Sylvia, using a futuristic interface that distorts their voices and masks their faces as avatars. Sylvia helps him process his guilt over the test subjects, particularly Helena. Over time, he becomes obsessed with her, watching her video feeds. He's conflicted, torn between duty and his conscience. One day, Alex decides to act. He returns to Helena's simulated world and reveals the truth to her. She's not in space, and they need to escape. Though disoriented, Helena's trust in Alex compels her to leave with him. They trick the surveillance system with a pre-recorded feed and flee the bunker. Helena steps into the real world for the first time, stunned by sunlight and open air. Alex smuggles Helena through the facility's checkpoints, eventually revealing the full truth about Project Orbiter and her parents' continued survival. Helena is eager to see them, but Alex denies her, explaining that they, too, are part of the simulation. He brings her to his home, introducing her to everyday Earth experiences, rain, different foods, and even a city night out. But Helena's joy turns to suspicion as she uncovers more secrets. Investigating Alex's files, she learns the shocking truth about herself. She's not the biological child of her parents, but a clone. Heartbroken and betrayed, she runs off in search of her surrogate parents. Helena confronts them, only to be further devastated when her father tries to hand her over to Hugo. Her mother helps her escape, but the experience leaves Helena conflicted and desperate. She returns to Alex, lashing out for his deception. As they attempt to escape, Hugo and his team hunt them down. The situation escalates when Hugo's men kill Sylvia during a chase. Despite Alex and Helena's best efforts, Helena is captured. Back in the hands of Project Orbiter, Alex strikes a desperate deal with Hugo. Helena is pregnant, and their child could be the ultimate astronaut, raised within the Orbiter environment to ensure the success of the mission to Celeste. Hugo, swayed by the idea, agrees. Helena is sent back into Orbiter 9, and Alex joins her. 20 years later, the experiment has reached its conclusion. Helena and Alex's daughter, now grown, prepares for the actual mission to Celeste, standing at the brink of humanity's future. The spaceship hums to life, ready for its long journey to the stars.